Hello. Amy Scott McLean here, registered dietitian nutritionist, certified health and well-being coach, owner of WellnessWise, and today I want to talk to you about self-care and how structure can actually help with keeping you calm and kind of stress reduced, maybe even stress free. Because when we create structure in our lives with things, simple things, I'm not talking, major overhaul of your life, we create order and we reduce stress and we create calm. And in this world that we live in, we are almost 2 years of pandemic. I remember picking up my son from college on March 14th of 2020. So we are almost at 2 years. And there are just simple things that you can do to help relieve stress. We live in this pandemic world. There's a lot of turmoil in the whole world today. And so how can you create calm within yourself and within your home and within the people that you mix with, your friends, your family, all of those things. So do you often wish that you had some calm in your life? I know there are days when I feel like that, but overall, I generally feel like I have a pretty good take on feeling calm and relaxed. But if you're the type that resists structure, I'm going to give you 5 ways to add a little structure that will help you feel less stressed, make things seem a little easier to handle. One of the things to keep in mind is that structure helps to keep us focused. And if you tend to be scattered and things are a mess and you feel a little disheveled all the time, it's important to put structure in where you can, and that actually helps with feeling less stress, adding some self-care to your life. We talked about self-care. I talked about it on Facebook and on Instagram, so go check that out if you want to. And it can help with people that have anxiety if there's some structure, some steps that you need to follow. And I know changing things is hard and it can make things seem a bit more challenging, but honestly, it totally can help with keeping things in check and keeping life a little bit more relaxed. So let's get to it. How do we incorporate more structure in our day-to-day life? Number 1, create a morning routine. Now, what do you do first thing when you wake up in the morning? Do you go, oh my gosh, where's my coffee? Oh my gosh, I've got to do this. Oh my gosh, I've got to get, the kids set up for school if they're not in school right now, if they're at home school, but, or do I need to get dressed? Do I need to get to work? What, I need to create a list. I need to do all the shopping. I need to do this cleaning. Or are you, I'm going to get up, I'm going to have a glass of water, I'm going to sit in meditation, I'm going to read for a little bit, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, I'm going to have a cup of tea, whatever it might be. But when you set up a morning routine that creates an intention for the day, everything seems just a little bit calmer. So it's about spending a little bit of time every morning to do something that fuels your mind, that fuels your body, that makes you feel centered. Meditation, journaling, adult coloring. There are plenty of coloring books out there that you can get. Reading, doing some stretching. These are all things that you can add to your morning and create a routine, create an intention. And what this does is it sets you up for positivity and less stress throughout the day. Now, some of you are probably saying, Amy, I don't even have 5 minutes. How am I going to do this? Well, you might need to get up a little bit earlier. To do that, you may need to go to bed a little earlier. But you'll be surprised. You don't need to do 30 minutes of anything. You can do 5 minutes. You can do 3 minutes just to get started with this setting a morning routine and creating intent in the morning. Okay, so the next one is to plan your week out on Sundays. This is tip number 2. Now, I will tell you, I am not good at this because for me to think about the next week on a Sunday creates a little bit of, I don't want to say stress, but it sets me up into that, okay, I've got to do all these things. I need to write a list, blah, blah, blah. And I would rather do it first thing Monday morning. Do my morning routine, then plan out my week. It makes for my Sunday evening to be much more relaxed. And so figure that out if planning on Sundays will impact you in a negative way, or if waiting till Monday morning would be a better option for you. But what this does is actually planning and structuring your week. So knowing when your appointments are, knowing when you have time to go shopping, knowing when you have to take a family member somewhere, all of these things can get put into your calendar and your weekly plan. And by creating that structure, it makes things go a little bit more smoothly. Now, I get it, life doesn't always go according to plan, but it does help. That structure does help keeping you on track, keeping you from changing plans spontaneously or feeling a little bit haphazard. And when you feel haphazard, you feel disheveled, you feel a little bit more stressed, and then you aren't really taking care of yourself. And this is a way to take care of yourself by keeping things planned and a little bit structured. I love a good to-do list, so if you love a good to-do list, this is the day to make your list for all of the things that need to get done in a week. Because then what happens is they're down on a list, and then you don't have to think about them, right? So if you have a planner, if you have just a piece of paper that you can, I was looking to see if I have one here. I don't at the moment, but you can take all of that out of your brain and know that it's written down and that it helps to move you through the day, structured, and keep you on track. And also, this is key here. Don't write down 500 things to do in 7 days, because you won't get to them all, and you will feel added stress by not actually getting to them all. So making sure that your to-do list and your routines are realistic, and but if you don't get to them, you don't feel any guilt, and it's okay. You know, if there's an absolute deadline that you have to get something done, you've got to get to an appointment, those are important. But if you have on your list to get 5 loads of laundry done and you only get 2, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And don't let that add to your stress, and which leads me to the next one, your lack of self-care. Schedule in your self-care, because when you do this, you're setting boundaries for yourself and for others. You're making your health and your well-being a priority. And when you, in the world we live in today, where we're working from home, we're living at home, we're schooling at home, this is a way to set those, this is me time, this is work time, this is family time, and it's all important. And we as women tend to put others first and not ourselves. And so I really want you to think about ways that you can schedule your self-care. Life gets crazy, and it might be your morning routine. That's okay, as long as you schedule it in, and this is my time. Now, like your exercise, if that's part of your self-care routine, put it in your calendar. Make an appointment with yourself and stick to it. Don't cancel on yourself. Like if you have a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment, you aren't going to cancel on the doctor because you got to go to the grocery store. Don't cancel on yourself because you think you need to go to the grocery store, or you think you need to do laundry, or you think you need to. Put what's important to you in your calendar and stick to it. Just like you take a break for lunch, take a break for exercise, take a break, even if it's just moving your body, dancing around the living room, anything. You've made an appointment with yourself and stick to it. Number 4, set a sleep structure. Oh, this is so key, and I am not good at it. The Sleep Federation says we should sleep 7 to 9 hours a night. How many of us do that? I sleep about 7 and a half. But when you have that schedule, you're more likely to fall asleep faster. You're more likely to have a deeper sleep. And so it's important to set that structure. And, of course, there are going to be days where it doesn't happen, and that's okay. No need to beat yourself up about it. And when you don't sleep well, still get up at the same time, still go to bed at the same time. Like, for example, if you didn't sleep well last night, you get up at the same time. So if you normally get up at 7 o'clock, but you feel like you've only slept 3 hours, you still get up at the same time. You go to bed at the same time, so that you hopefully get that routine going so that you sleep better night after night. And by doing this, we actually give ourselves a good sense of well-being. Being well rested makes us feel good, and it helps to have an overall great sense of well-being. Now, how do you set that structure? By going to bed every night at the same time. Shut the TV off, dim the lights, put away your devices, because that blue light can keep you awake. So it's important to make sure that you, at least a half an hour before bedtime, you dim the lights, shut off all electronic stuff. And also, you got to do it on the weekends too. I know, that's the tough one, right? You get to sleep in, you get to stay up late, but when you set that sleep structure for your overall well-being, you are going to feel better when you do it on the weekends too. So see what you can do. The weekend's coming up in just a few days. See if you can get that structure in place and actually get up at the same time and go to bed at the same time on Saturday and Sunday. I know going to bed on Friday night early might be a challenge. Getting up on a Saturday morning might be a challenge because you've stayed up late the night before, but give it a try. Why not? Just give it a try. Now, the other thing is tip number 5, add a little bit of structure, a little bit at a time. When we're setting goals, when we're working on things for our health and well-being, if we do too many things at once, we set ourselves up for failure because we can't do them all at once. Set yourself up for success. Do 1, maybe 2 of these 5 tips. Get started on it. Do it for a couple of weeks. Add in another one. Do it for a couple of weeks. Add in another one. Because when we gradually add things in, they start to become habits. And over a period of time, once you have a habit, you're going to keep doing it. It's just like flossing your teeth. How many of us floss our teeth every single night? I do. I have for years. And once you start doing it, you're going to miss not doing it. And so that's the thing. When you add structure to create a calm and stress-free lifestyle, you change your brain, teach your body to live in that stress-free life. I lost my train of thought there for a moment. So finding ways to create that structure in your life encourages calm and reduces stress. And when we reduce stress, we reduce those lifestyle conditions, those lifestyle diseases that are caused by stress. And you can do this with your work, with your social life, with your home life. So that's what I came in to say today. What's one way that you can add a little bit of structure to relieve some stress in your life? I think for me, it's going to be the morning routine. I have a morning routine. I don't stick to it every day. So that's what I'm going to work on this week. Let me know what you are going to add for structure and your well-being. And if I can help you in any way, feel free to reach out, send me a DM on Instagram, and I will happily talk with you about your well-being. I'm Amy Scott McLean, owner of WellnessWise, and I hope you have a great day. Until next time, we'll see you later.